To get behind the wheel of his dream Mercedes-Benz without spending a fortune, a car owner in Pakistan opted to buy a damaged vehicle at a low price. Little did he know that after a comprehensive overhaul at the repair shop, it would be transformed into a road-ready, like new car. The single-axle tractor before us is the dream vehicle the owner purchased for 2 million Pakistani rupees. Although the cab is now in shambles, and the chassis beams are entirely bent, the owner is confident that after the repair shop works its magic, this wrecked vehicle will be restored to a new car ready for the road. The first step in the transformation is to remove the damaged cab. Although most of the attachments are unrecognizable, the technicians carefully sort any parts that can be repaired and reused to avoid difficulties in sourcing imported parts later on. Despite the cab being twisted and deformed from the collision, the skilled team at the repair shop quickly separates it from the chassis. However, because the impact was so severe that it bent the beams, the entire chassis needed to be stripped down to allow the technicians to straighten the deformed beams. Due to the high crumpling on both sides, they use spiral support jacks to compress the beams. This allows the hammer to correct the deformation after high-temperature heating with oxyacetylene easily. After a superficial level check by the technician, the now straightened beams meet the required standards. Next, the original front axle assembly is reattached. Although the beams were deformed under stress, none of the impacts damaged the chassis parts, saving the owner significant money on the refurbishment. The original cab sheet metal work was extremely challenging, so the owner replaced it with a used part. The new part features a sportier paint finish and provides a new interior experience. After the chassis beams are repaired, any uneven dents on the surface are filled and sanded with putty, making the beams appear smooth and even. Once sanded to a smooth finish, the entire surface is coated with anti-rust paint, enhancing the appearance and preventing oxidation and rust. After waiting overnight for the paint to dry, the owner is dissatisfied with the cab's paint finish, prompting the technician to repaint it. Even though this adds to the overall refurbishment cost, the owner is willing to go all out for his dream, which shows his determination to pursue it. Next, the rugged six-cylinder engine is reinstalled in its original, straightened position on the chassis beams. Although the front of the beams was deformed under stress, the powertrain remained undamaged, which is why the owner chose to repair and restore it. After all the chassis parts are reinstalled at the repair shop, the prime cab is ready for a simple pre-assembly with the chassis. The process goes very smoothly since the replacement part is the same model. The repair shop also replaced the damaged radiator fins with refurbished used parts to prevent poor cooling from causing the engine to overheat. Once the primer dried, the cab was painted a new color. The owner changed the original color to orange to give it a fresh look. The decorative panels were also treated while the metal parts were being painted. Although they don't have a high-end, dust-free paint booth, the finish was flawless. The decorative panels were installed once the repair shop's skilled painters finished the job. Most of the original panels were made of fiberglass. When they couldn't be repaired, they were replaced with refurbished parts, closely matching the original factory appearance. After adjusting the gaps in the refurbished parts, the original undamaged panels at the rear of the cab only needed a fresh coat of paint to be used again. This allowed the truck to be repaired at the lowest possible cost. Finally, the brand new front cover was reinstalled. Although finding brand new parts in Pakistan is challenging, their small workshop could handcraft them for more straightforward panels like this. After the technicians secured the chrome trim with screws, the single-axle tractor that had been in an accident was successfully refurbished at the repair shop. What do you think of the Pakistani technician's skills? If you were to rate this tractor out of 10, how many points would you give it?